Hey everyone, welcome back to another software developer profile review. Sorry, I was just turning my light on. My name's David. I'm a software developer with over 20 years of experience. I also have managed recruitment teams. I've hired hundreds of developers. I've interviewed thousands of software developers. I want to show you all the mistakes that developers make and why you might not be getting the jobs that you deserve. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So this is Kristi. And Kristi described herself as a full stack Python and React developer, if I remember rightly. So let's get to it. Straight off the bat, I love the banner image, very clear. I know I can email you, call, I know what you do. Perfect, love it. Resilient, problem solver, creative. I'm normally not a fan of these, but it's done so well, so concisely. Full stack developer doing what? React, Python, SQL, bang, bang, bang. It's just, yeah, I can't fault this so far. Featured posts. I'd normally go in and having a look at these, but even just to mention them as I pass, here's a walkthrough of my final full stack web application. So I know there's a video I can watch which walks me through it, so you're comfortable walking someone through it. Love that. I know now that there's more to see if I want to see it. Now I will come back to activity. Posted. It says there's interesting stuff to see here. Down to the about section. Full stack developer was experiencing just nailing it. Driving it home. Determined to grow as a leader in the tech industry. Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna copy that and open it just because I want to make sure I can get to it. The experience. Okay. I'd like to know more about exactly what you're teaching them within these subjects. I think you could unpack those more, but other than that, I love that it's bullet points and the tech. This is exactly the way to do it. I just think you could be more descriptive. I think you're much more descriptive here, which I guess makes a bit more sense. But you could showcase what you're actually teaching, because when you're teaching someone something, you're saying, I know this subject well enough to teach it. So I guess that's the start of it, really, in terms of tech. Love this. I'd be a bit more verbose in what you're actually teaching them there. This is great. So next thing, I'm going straight into your activity. These featured posts will be in there as well. Okay. Learning about cracking the coding interview. Awesome. It's going to help me. Here's a walkthrough. I don't want to play the video. I feel that's a little bit unfair, but I love that you've done a video. I think a video is really powerful. Not everyone has to do video, but a lot of this is about conveying your personality on top. So you're conveying, I can code and I can talk about it. I'm going to be nice to work with, and and you can teach. Ooh, this starts getting exciting. Certificates. I love posts like this. I'd like to see more, screenshots, more code snippets. What are you learning? What are you stuck on? What are the challenges? All that sort of stuff. So I think you're doing lots of this. I think we could. What I often advise is do quite a few of these posts and then come back and start looking at them, going, does this post provide value? So if someone's to come along and read this, today marked a new chapter in my life. I'm an official graduate of blah blah blah. I use ChatGPT, but what's the value to me, as someone who wants to hire you or someone who wants to put you forward for a position? I need to know, what did you build specifically? What did you learn? What were the challenges? How did you overcome them? So start thinking about what's the value that the person reading this wants to see, rather than the value to you going, oh look, I passed something, I succeeded at something. There's more value underneath that facade. So I'd start focusing on that, really. So one of the interesting things, if we go back here, so there you go. I would have expected to find your GitHub and supporting evidence in here. Now we did find it down here at the end of your about section, but don't hope that I stumble upon these things, drive me to them. Maybe a link to one of the repos could appear in your featured section, so you're making a visual reference and driving me across to see it. When I get there, you should have added a bio in here to tell me exactly the same thing as you say in your LinkedIn headline. So we've missed an opportunity there. I normally say to make the two profile pictures match, so when someone's trying to find you, but at least you've got a profile picture. So you're currently learning C#. Is that still the case? Does this detract from the route that you were saying about Python? And I mean, it's another string to your bow, but at this stage, you're saying I'm learning Python and React. I want to see you going deep on this. I want to see that you love this, rather than, okay, I've scratched the surface of one and now I'm going to go and scratch the surface of another. So that could be something I'd be concerned about. Excuse me. So what about pinned repos? Got some pinned repos. Python, JavaScript. This is great. The descriptions need a lot more work. I can see you're actually doing the work, but you're not selling it to me at the end. So these need better descriptions. If someone comes along here, this is a page that could be filled with value, showing me what you've done with Python, what libraries you use, do you do testing, do you do, there's a ton more that could be said. You've only got about 2 or 3 lines to sell it to me, but all of this opportunity, this is your value, and you're just hoping that the title sells it. The titles don't really do much, if we're honest. So those 2 or 3 lines could be the thing that actually drives this home and shows me how good you really are. So I think you could be a really interesting candidate because you've got the ability to teach it. You're happy to do things on video. You're clearly a nice person, a personal person who can teach other people things. I just don't think you're driving home the tech well enough in terms of uncovering all the things you're actually using and learning as you go along. I hope that makes sense. I hope this has been of value. If anyone else would like a profile review, please visit crushing.digital, where you can click the profile review button. You go into a queue and I'll get to you as soon as possible. As always, like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.